Hey guys, welcome back here to another episode of Franchise Hockey Manager 8 with the Buffalo Sabres. And I don't know if you can tell, but I got my new mic. I don't know how it sounds. I assume it sounds better. I guess I'll hear it when I edit. But as of right now, we're good to go. So it is February 1st. I simmed ahead a month in the time, and I'm a little bit behind here. I was between waiting on a new mic, and I was on vacation this past week. I just didn't have the energy to really do much other than lay on the couch. So I didn't do a whole lot this week, and that includes recording videos. So I'm going to get a couple in. Record a couple videos today, post one tonight. It is Sunday right now, so I'm going to get this one recorded and posted, and then I'm going to do the Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball with the Magic. Get that recorded tonight, out tomorrow, and then we'll be back on our normal schedule from there. So yeah, we are 37-17, first place in the Atlantic, second best record in the NHL. The Edmonton Oilers are a ridiculous 44-10-2. I haven't even looked at their roster, but that's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, not ridiculous point totals. I mean, obviously they've got a handful of players that are doing really, really well, but nothing that's just, bonkers. Just some good overall play from the Oilers. Anyway, let's take a look at the Sabres. I guess we'll start with the injury. Big injury. We lost Eric Portillo for the next month or two. I don't know what a bone edema is, but he's out with it. So that forced us to call up Sergei Ivanov. He's not ready. I certainly don't want him playing much, so hopefully Luukkonen can kind of lock down the fort here while he's gone. In fact, let's go into goalie starts, and let's change the goalie backup frequency start and keep him from playing. But anyway, so all right. So we got a huge decision to make here, and I'm still not entirely sure what to do. But Jack Eichel's contract is up at the end of this season. He wants, if I offer him a new contract, he wanted almost $11 million for 5 years, which is, I mean, it's a reasonable contract, right? It's a fair contract given what he brings and what he's done offensively for us and kind of what he means to the franchise and blah, 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 blah. That's the positive, or I guess one of the positives. He's also having his best season ever right now, 77 points in 54 games. That being said, if we sign him to a 5-year, $56 million contract, are we going to get 70 games a year out of Jack Eichel? He's only played 70 games 4 times in his career. Back in his rookie season, 2018, 2019. And since this save has started, he's only played 70 games twice. In 21, 22, and 23, 24. Only played 22 games last year. Only played 21 games back in 2021, which I guess that was actually the COVID year. So, what do we do? Because this isn't like baseball, right? Where we can offer him a qualifying offer and get a draft pick in return. So it's something we're going to have to think about here over the next 3 weeks. I haven't even looked to see if we just do this, what sorts, so we get 7 offers. I'm sure it's all garbage. Yeah, Cedric Paquette in a 7th. Chayka's not bad, but Raquel, Oberg, Ryan O'Reilly, Plandowski. Yeah, it's all garbage. So I think just for my sanity, we'll put them on the trade block because you'll get better offers if they're on the trade block. So we have, I don't want to say we have a lot of money tied up, but we've got some substantial contracts over the nenext couple of years. I mean, Jacob Chychrun, we signed him this offseason to a long-term deal. Rasmus Dahlin, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, Klingberg. And Luukkonen might be one that we look to move in the offseason if Ivanov's development continues to be solid here over the regular the rest of the season and the off season. Tuck's contract to come off the books, which is, a shame in some respects. He's played really well for us the last 2 years. Rasmus Anderson's contract will come off the books. Clefbaum will come off the books. So that right there is almost five, so say 9.25 plus 3. I mean, those three players cover Eichel's contract. But that's, and Clefbaum I'm not too fussed about. Anderson is replaceable. Dylan Cousins we signed. Contract doesn't expire. I think he has an extension kicking in next year. Yeah, he does. 4.9 for 3 years. So what do we do with Eichel? We'll see if any offers come across over the next couple weeks, and as we get close to the trade deadline, we will sort out what the right move is. Now, speaking of the trade deadline, what do we need? Not much, honestly. I think defensively we're set with our 7. Chychrun, Dahlin, Allen, Klingberg, Power, Anderson, with Samuelsson as our, Anderson and Samuelsson as our 6-7. We got Klingberg, for this year and next? Yeah. All right. Forward lines. Our forward lines are really good. We've got Firsthoff and Nate Danielson as our backups. Danielson really needs to be out there. 10 goals, 16 points in 24 games. Who isn't performing? Kisakov. All right, so we will replace Kisakov with Danielson. Before we do anything else, let's just make sure the lines are where we want them. Danielson at the center, centering Yeko and Quinn. Middlestat centering Poltapov and Shaw. Nemestikov centering Savoy and Tuck. And then Vrana, Eichel, and Cousins on that top line. Yeah, we don't need a lot going into the trade block or trade deadline, but we will see what's available. Now, we also, there's not a lot in the minors anymore. We have... Defensively, we have Johnson and Clefbaum, and Johnson next year can come up as that number 7 guy. So we've got Johnson and Clefbaum this year. Forward lines, we don't have a lot. Harventi maybe is probably next in line to come up if somebody gets hurt. So maybe we try to find a depth forward on the trade block, and I don't think there's going to be much there right now. We're not that close to the block, yeah. Couturier, 5-year contract. No, thank you. Liam Foudy. Excuse me. Yeah, there's not a whole lot there right now. Ryan Johansson, Kevin Hayes. Kevin Hayes, maybe. I don't know that we can afford him. What's his contract? Yeah, it's $7 million. Crazy Flyers. All right, well, let's sim ahead a couple of days and see what we see. Ooh, oh, God. Okay. $11-5. I want to look at the box score just for the chaos that was in this game. So they were up 4-1 after one. They scored 5. Who started? I guess you can't really tell. Luukkonen, I guess, gave up 5. He gave up 5 goals on 20 shots. And then, he gave up 56 shots. Jacob Vrana with the solid -7 there, the 19 game rating. Holy crap. Okay. All right. Well, let's get up to the next game. I think we get a bit of a break here. The All-Star break coming up. So, goaltending might be a point of contention. We get Portillo back in a month or two, which puts him back, right at the beginning of April, maybe? Which is in time for the playoffs, I guess. Vladimir Tarasenko on waivers has 4 points in 35 games. Looks like his career is about done. Let's delete all the messages. Let's play this game. Benson, Jenner, Kyle Kukkonen, and Tarasenko. Nope, I'm good there. See what happens here north of the border in Montreal, followed by tomorrow's game at Toronto. A 4-3 win that time. I wish the sim engine was a little faster, and I think a lot of that still is on me, just because I've got, good, Eichel's hurt. Because I've got all the leagues going, but So goal and 2 assists for Klingberg, a goal and an assist for Tuck. For Tuck, that's his 20th. Eichel with his 38th. Mason Shaw with his 20th. Luukkonen stops 31 out of 34. Is he out? Yes, he is out. So day-to-day, Eichel, replace him with first off. Let's go into the lines, and we will move Shaw to that top line. Back-to-back games here against Toronto. I don't want Jimmy Huntington. In fact, let's go in here. And let's change this to minimum 2.5 stars. Let's go to next day. Let's see how this one goes against the Leafs. 7-4 win. So the offense continues to cruise. We're giving up more goals than I would like. I mean, 4 goals in the second. Wow, back to back, all in a 5-minute span. Ivanov. Okay, so you gave up those 4 goals on back to back. I don't know if it was back to back shots, but 4 goals in 5 minutes, but was pretty good outside of that. So Quinn, goals 17 and 18. Vrana had a goal and 2 assists. Danielson had an assist. Power play, 2 goals for first off. 45 shots on goal, and we win. All right, let's keep going. So we'll get Eichel back. When we get into that last week before the trade deadline, we will sort through who's available and what moves potentially we can make. And I don't know how far we're going to go today. Maybe through the end of February. We got a trade proposal. James Richards for Alex Tuck. That's garbage. Sometimes the proposals are far better than when you put somebody out there, so that's why I have them on the trade block. I'm not actively looking to move them, but is okay. So Eichel's still out. All right, let's go to the next day. Yeah, so we'll get up about another week, and then we'll start looking at the trade deadline. Season runs, we win again 5-4. Season wins till the middle of April, so I think maybe we'll do, I don't know, do a month or something. Get up into March, and then offline I'll play the end of March, and then we can do April into the postseason in the next episode. It probably works. All right, it's a 5-4 win. Dahlin a goal and an assist. Nemestikov a shorty. First off, another goal. They scored 4 in the second again. That second period, not good for us. Luukkonen stops 33 of 37. Klingberg on the power play in the third period from Shaw and Cousins. All right, so, I mean, we're winning. You know, that 11-5 loss notwithstanding, we are winning. We have the Atlantic all but wrapped up at this point. 80 points. We have a 17-point lead over the Ottawa Senators. Really, the Oilers, the Sabres, and the Rangers, 3 best teams in the NHL by far this season. So, let's see if that carries into the postseason. And speaking of, well, I guess I didn't really speak of the postseason, but if we manage to win it all this year, and I asked about this in the last episode, I got one reply, and somebody suggested that I do an expansion draft in this world and take over an expansion team. That sounds like it might be fun. So maybe we'll do that. But again, if you have any thoughts on the matter, should I continue on? Just continue on with the Sabres and just go as long as we can go and make this the FHM 8 playthrough, or do we switch it up to another team? Do we stay with another team in this world? Do we start over? I like the expansion idea, so if I don't get any other ideas, that may be the way I go. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Quinn Olsen and Jamison Rees, no, I'm good. Let's get to our next game. Yeah, we don't play another game until the 24th, and that's the trade deadline. So, all right, we're on the 19th now, so let's look at the transactions. Adam Boakfist didn't sign with anybody, huh? I mean, if we offer, what's the, curious, what is it, a first and a third? Why can't I submit the offer sheet? Are we outside of that point in the season? I mean, I would like bringing in Adam Bogfist, but I don't want to give up like a first and a third. I can't right now. So, all right. What am I looking at? Waivers. No, not waivers. Trade block. All right. So we have Jack Eichel sitting atop the list there. Luc Dubois is on the list. Couturier, Dougie Hamilton, 3 years on his left on his contract. Paddy Kane. 37-year-old Patrick Kane, I wouldn't be averse to bringing in here. Let's see what it's going to take. Marcus Lindgren's an 18-year-old who's going to be up next season. Yeah, it's going to take nothing. Okay, so let's do this. So they'll accept that offer. So can we get a draft pick in return? Okay, so you won't give up a second. You won't give up a third. So you don't want to give up a pick. You literally just want to be rid of Kane. Okay, so not a fifth. They have a ton of draft picks this year. What about a sixth? Okay. All right. That's fine. So Volchik Sihar, a 19-year-old for Patrick Kane, with them retaining half the contract. I'm good with that. Let's finalize that deal, and let's bring Patrick Kane to the Buffalo Sabres. Who's going to go to the minors? Can Kisakov go down? He can. Okay. So Kisakov goes down. Who is going to sit on the bench? Who has the worst game rating, out of curiosity, from a forward perspective? Yeko. I think it's going to be Adam Yeko. He's only 19. 63 game rating. That is the worst. I actually think Danielson is the worst rating, but Danielson's got 19 points in 28 games, a plus 12. So I think it's going to be Yeko replaced with Kane. And then on the lines, oh God, okay, let's just get to the next game, and then we will have to reset the lines with all the players coming back from the Olympics. Well, that's going to give us offense. I don't necessarily know that we needed more offense, but that's going to give us offense. Kane wants 88. He can't have 88. Sorry. Let's give him 87. Let's go. I'm going to go back to the trade block. I'm feeling feisty today. Trade block. I don't want to look at forwards this time. I want to look at... Are there any goalies or defensemen on the block? A couple of young players, Jonathan Myrenberg and Connor Toms. Anton Olsen as well, Cam Fowler. Ekholm in the final year of his contract. Noah Hannafin. Good defensively. There are no goalies. Capo Kakinen, but 14, 15, 16, 15, 13, 15, 16, 15. So let's dive into our 2.5 star. I don't think they'll accept that offer either, but that's okay. So we don't have a second or a third this year, so we got to be really careful about our draft picks. Sabres can't add that much money to their payroll. What about now? Shoot. Okay, so actually, I should have looked at that. Oh, because cap number won't hit until all these players come back. Damn it. All right, well, let's get to the trade deadline and get all of our players back, and then we'll see where we stand from a salary cap perspective. Maybe we just outscore the opponents until Portillo comes back. Yeah, our payroll exceeds. Payroll exceeds. All right, that's fine. So him. 20 players are dressed. Okay, so who gets put on the bench? It's not going to be Nemestikov. Savoy, which probably should be Savoy, but he's been so good. I think what we're going to do is we're going to send Yeko down. Yeah, we got to cut about $1 million here, so maybe he's not the right send down. Is it Quinn? No, 42 points for Quinn. First off, I got to put him on waivers. Shoot. If I put first off on waivers, somebody will take him. Without a doubt. Danielson. That only reduces it by $375,000. It's not going to be enough. I guess I should have thought through this a little bit better. Huh, guys? 562, Savoy. 375, Quinn. Waivers. There's literally not a single player on this roster who is an upcoming free agent. Well, other than Eichel. All right. So speaking of Eichel, I guess today's the day, right? Today is the day. So let's go. Let's just see. Yeah, that's not upcoming free agents. No, stop that. Upcoming free agents. All right, who's available? Connor Bedard, Tim Stützle, Askarov, Eichel, Kaprizov, Adam Fox, Alex Newhook. I'm not necessarily doing this. I just kind of want to see what's going to happen here. They will never accept this offer. Really? What if I retain half of it? They won't accept this offer. Huh. You just acquired him, but he's bad. Okay. I mean, whatever. All right, so that's not going to work. We may just end up re-signing him. I don't know that we're going to be able to get equal value, and I can probably talk him down under 10. All right, I can probably get him down under 10. So let's do this. Let's go back to the trade block. And we know we can move on from Tuck because we're not going to re-sign him. I mean, 50 points in 58 games. He's been really, really good. But I think we can replace that with Eichel. How much is Fowler making? 6. I wonder if I put Tuck on waivers if somebody claims him. It's a tough decision here because Tuck is the player I'm most likely to put on waivers. But if I put Tuck on waivers, who replace? So we have a 13 defense, 13 defense, 13 defense. Yeah, we don't. I mean, Nemestikov is really good defensively. Eichel's at a 14. Tuck is literally our best defensive forward. So, we got to cut almost $1 million from this. I think we do Rasmus Andersson. I think we do that. I think we're going to send Rasmus Andersson down. That gets us below the cap. Can we then... If somebody takes Andersson, that won't kill me because we weren't going to re-sign him anyway. Can we call Johnson back up and be under the cap still. 83,450. No, we can't. Okay. All right. So we're going to run with this. This is what we're going to run with. We have 19. So we only have 6 defensemen. If somebody gets hurt, that just means we're going to have an immediate injury list rather than letting them sit on the bench with a day-to-day injury. That's just sort of the way it's got to be. Who's going to go to the bench? I think Poltapov goes to the bench for Kane. And now we have to figure out our lines again. So, Eichel. He's going to be on the top line, though. Eichel with Vrana and Cousins. That line's not going to change. Second line's going to be Tuck, Shaw, and Kane. Middlestat, Savoy, first off, Quinn, Danielson, Poltapov. I'm fine with that. Chychrun out there with Owen Power, Dahlin, and Klingberg. Allen and Samuelson as our D pairings. Luukkonen is our number 1 goalie. With Vrana out there on the shootout. No, I want it's going to be Eichel and Kane. So I guess now what we can do, since we know we're not going to trade Eichel, I don't know that we can get value for him because most teams are, because I mean we're in it, right? We're in it. So I don't want to trade him just for draft picks. And I don't think anybody's going to have the cap space for him. And maybe we could trade him to Arizona. Does Arizona want themselves a Jack Eichel? Yeah, it says they can't afford that much. But they have $43 million in cap space, but they can't take on Jack Eichel. Okay, all right, whatever. So let's talk to him. And let's see. So he wants 5 years. Or he wants 6 years. So what if we went to 5? Went to 5 years, and let's start this at 9. So he wants that 6th year, I think, is going to be a catching spot. So let's do that. Let's bump that up a little bit. He's still happy, so we can continue to just bump this up a little bit. Just keeping an eye on his mood here. $10-1, 9-5, 9-8. Okay, so he wanted 10.2, so we save $600,000 a year, which over the span of the contract is a $3 million savings. So that'll take Eichel till he's 35. That's a crap ton of money, and it may hamstring us in other places, but letting him walk for nothing seems foolish, so we're going to pull the trigger. Submit the offer there. All right, now watch him get hurt, like, immediately. All right, so we are... Oops, we got to get Nemestikov out there. I have 20 players dressed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, right. I got to take a forward out of the lineup. First off will come out, and Nemestikov will go in. Let's get Nemestikov back out there. He's not. He's going to be my third line center. He actually, yeah, Shaw. No, yeah, Shaw, Tuck, and Kane, Nemestikov, Savoy, Middlestat. That's fine. Power play. God, that's a mess. That is a mess. Vrana and Eichel. And I'm going to put Cousins there. And Kane on the top line power play. Then we're going to go Shaw, Tuck, and Middlestat is fine. Nope, Dahlin is out there already with Klingberg. Yeah, that'll work. It's probably not ideal, but it'll work. Middlestat. Swap these two. Get Eichel out there. Get Vrana out there. Get Vrana and Eichel. With Kane. With Kane and then Shaw with Tuck and Middlestat. Yeah. And then Klingberg. PK, Tuck, and Nemestikov is our number 1. Shaw and Quinn. And then Eichel and Cousins is fine. No, I don't want Cameron Allen as my top defensive pairing. Chychrun will be out there with Power, Dahlin, and Samuelson. Allen and Klingberg will be our third pairing. Chychrun and Power. Samuelson and Dahlin. Samuelson and Dahlin on that second pairing. Chychrun with Power. Nemestikov and Tuck. Nemestikov and Tuck. 4-on-4s. We go Eichel and Vrana on that top pairing. Oops. And then on the second pairing, Shaw and Kane. Power and Chychrun, Dahlin and Klingberg. And then on a 3-on-3, we're going to go 2 forwards. So we're going to go Eichel, Vrana, Shaw, Kane, Chychrun, Dahlin. Goalie starts. We're going to run with that until we get Portillo back. All right. Well, I think we're good. So let's get through this. I should not get through this. Get up to the next game, I should say. All right, we got the Avs coming up. So Eichel signs the contract. So we do sign Jack Eichel to a long-term contract. Takes him until he's 35. So not the end of the world. He's not signing until he's 38 or 39 years old. If he can stay healthy, it's obviously it's a contract that's well worth it. It's actually a pay cut. It's less than what he's making now. So Tuukka Tiksola and the rights to Martin Harak to Carolina for Ty Murchison and Barons Norins. All right, so we have the Avs today. Three, 2 win. So I think we'll just get to the end of February, and then I'll do March offline. That's probably how we'll do it. So Cameron Allen with a goal and an assist. Looks like Paddy Kane picks up an assist in his debut for us. Luukkonen gets the start, stops 25 of 27. Yeah, I've been on vacation for the last 10 days. I've had 2 12-day vacations in the last 6 weeks. It's one of the, I guess, benefits of being in the same job for a decade is you have a ton of time off. So had to use it or lose it. So I got a week and a half off at the end of December and a week and a half off at the end of January. I will take it. All right, the Kings. Let's get to the next day. We have an injured player. And it's Kane. All right, so Kane will come out. And Yeko will come in. And we'll play the next day. So Kane gets in 1 game with us before Franchise Hockey Manager says, nope, sorry, and puts him out. Game here against the Kings, a 1-0 loss. Really, the Kings shut out the high-flying Buffalo Sabres offense. Who got the goal? Brett Leeson, his 27th of the year. Ivanov, good game. Holy cow, a 49-save shutout for the Kings goaltender. All right, next day. I don't think we have another. I think it was our last game of the month, yeah. So let's just get up to March 1st, and we'll call it an episode. So we pick up Paddy Kane at the trade deadline. Let me know your thoughts. I don't know that offense was our problem, but we have added one of the greatest goal scorers in the history of the NHL to our roster here down the stretch. We are 41-19, and yeah, like I said, I'll sim through. Excuse me. And you're gonna have another episode this week because I will do Friday's episode as scheduled, I guess. So Kane is back. Development report. Look at all that red. You'd love to see that. I'm looking forward to getting Lindgren up next year, an 18-year-old who's already got 15 offense. Some minor upgrades, nothing huge here, but Ivanov up to 5 stars. Okay, I see you. I mean, his development is going to potentially free up $6 million this offseason. If he moves up to 2.5 stars, he becomes our backup goalie, and we can move on from Luukkonen and hopefully clear that money off of our cap. Kaprizov resigns with Minnesota. Artemi Panarin, the offensive player of the month. Tyler Parsons, the goaltender of the month. Let's just make sure the lines are set properly. So Yeko out and Kane back in. Make sure everything is set properly. Yep, Vrana, Eichel, Cousins, Tuck, Shaw, and Kane. We look at our stats. Jack Eichel, 58 games, 80 points. He's 1 goal away from a 40-goal season. Played just unbelievable. Jacob Vrana with another point a game year. He's not going to have the same year he had last year, where he put up over 100 points. But I mean, he's been great. He's 30, and he signed how many more years? Only 1 more year after this. Okay. And there has been some reduction in his ratings. So end of next year probably will be the right time to move on. Tuck, 50 points in 60 games, another 20-goal season for him. He was a really solid pickup for us. Traded for him in the 23-24 offseason, and he's put together 43 points, 70 points, and 50 points for us. He's been in the mid-70s game rating. He's been quite good. I wouldn't be against bringing him back if we had the cap space. I just don't know if we're going to have the cap space for him. Matthew Savoy, rookie, 49 points in 60 games. Quinn, 42 in 60. Dahlin having his best offensive season. Poltapov having a good year. Dylan Cousins back to that no goal scoring, but still putting up a fair number of points. Shaw's having his worst season by far. It's a -8. That's that line. Shaw and Middlestat not playing well together right now. Nemestikov, 66 game rating. He's not going to score a ton of points, but he should be just a fabulous all-around player. He hasn't fully developed yet, but should be really, really good all around. So looking forward to him in a year or so. Hey, Klingberg on the books for another year after this one. So really, ultimately, I would say we didn't overpay John Klingberg. I think his contract is going to be pretty good right through the end of next year. We'll see what Kane can do for us this year, the rest of the season. Jacob Chychrun, only 2 goals in 58 games. 67 game rating, to +21. I mean, he's been fine. I don't know that he's been worth $8 million or $9 million or whatever it is, but he's been fine. Owen Power's been a bit of a disappointment. Hoping for more out of him next season. Danielson's been really good as a rookie. And then the goalies. Luukkonen, 22 and 12 with our goaltending's been bad, so I hope to get Portillo back here shortly. That's been really, really bad. And I guess really quickly we can just look at the depth chart, see if there's anything we're missing. We may need some goalies. We only have 4 goalies in the system. Luukkonen, Portillo, Ivanov, and Otto Nudo. Our defense is pretty well set. Chychrun, Dahlin, Power, Klingberg. Anderson will be gone next year. Allen will be there. Johnson will be on the team next year. Samuelson. Our wings are well set. Like I said, we're going to get Lindgren up next year. Will Smith will likely be up next year. If he can get up to 2 stars, see that defensive rating come up to a 14 or something, I think he'll be another really solid 2-way player for us. And we're going to need that development because we just don't have it we don't have draft picks. And that may be something we use Luukkonen for. See if we can move Luukkonen for a draft pick at the draft. So that's going to do it, guys. We get through the trade deadline. We get up to March 1st on Friday. I'll have us up to April 1st. We will do April and the postseason. So let me know your thoughts, guys. I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.